So yeah, man, cherish those moments, man. Love on your loved ones, love on your mom and dad, especially. But on Mother's Day, love on your mamas and your grandmamas and your aunties and Big Mama and all of them. Do that. Do that.
It's your boy Verse, and this is Open Mike with OTR Mike.
Shit, yeah.
Yo, yo, what up, good people? It's your boy OTR Mike. Let me be the first to welcome you to another episode of Open Mic with yours truly. That's right, people. This is the show where the mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. And tonight, well, yeah, tonight is no different. That's what we're gonna do, man. Um, as I start every show, I'm not gonna be before you long. I hope so. Right? I'm gonna try to keep this one short and sweet. Um, what else? Oh, and I like to start the show by thanking you guys for being here, thanking you guys for checking in with your boy, thanking you guys for following me along the way of this solo journey. I appreciate you guys. And that's why I got to shout y'all out at the beginning of every episode. You guys keeping me going, man. You guys got the numbers solid, got the subscribers solid, got the new Patreon solid to start with, man. So I appreciate you guys greatly. Um, so yeah, let's get this thing rolling, man. That's it. Look, I ain't gonna be here long. I promise. That's the plan. That's the plan. But I do want to pay some bills, right? I want to pay some bills before I move on. Let's get that part out of the way. So first, as I just mentioned, my Patreon is jumping off, man, and I got a solid crew, man. I call it my family. And man, I sent out some packages last week to a few of my Patreons, and I hope they received them. My man Bazel ran into a little issue, but I'm gonna take care of him for sure. But man, look, if you want to be awesome like those guys, uh, you can see the link below if you're watching. If not, it's www.patreon.com/OTR Mike. Check it out. I got different tiers, different benefits to each tier. And look, everything that you put into the show or donate to the show or whatever the case may be goes directly back into the show. Now, if you go back to some of my older videos, you know, I mean, I use a MacBook, right? So I think the camera is solid. But if you compare to some of the older videos to now, I hope it's a little clearer because I just invested into a another webcam, and hope it's clear, man. And I hope that you could tell the difference. But yeah, man, that's what you give. It goes right back into the show. So I appreciate you guys 100%. Also, there's another link scrolling below, or another message scrolling below. It's an Eventbrite link. It's the Roundup meet and greet. That's right. You will have a meeting. You can be a part of a meet and greet that will be happening. Not much time, man. We're looking at August, early August. And we would love to see all of you guys there. You can meet myself in person. You can meet Jose and Bronny of Lunch Break Hot Take in person. You can meet Hendo of the Rogue Pod in person. You can meet Coach Evans of Sip to Tally Films in person. And you can meet Chris Just Joking of the Deep Cover Pod in person. Right? Man, it's gonna be dope. For my people that's local, you may or may not have heard of Busboy and Poets. We will be having it there. Awesome venue. It'll be fun. Good music, good food, good drinks, giveaways, all of the above. So look, man, we hope to see all of you guys there. Okay? All right. Bills are paid. So let's get to the episode. So look, man, like I said, the mic is open for any discussion, no matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. And man, why I am currently filming this, this is Mother's Day, early Mother's Day morning. So it's exactly 1:18 in the morning, Sunday, Mother's Day. And a lot of you already know, but if you don't, I lost my mom in 2014, about 9 years ago. And I did an episode about this type of stuff not that long ago, checking on or keeping in mind your friends and family who have lost someone close to them around holiday times, and how difficult a time it could be for them. And obviously, this is no different, especially for me. um, yeah, I like. It's tough, man. I listen to people, and I'm coming off the head with this. This is just straight from the heart, so bear with me as I'm giving you this content, right? And this work, right? Um, but nah, it's it's difficult, man. And I said on the other episode I did, that we can't control when and how we may be feeling on these holidays, right? As they approach. Um, I mentioned how, you know, you really don't know how you're gonna feel sometimes until that day. Um, and then you have your obvious holidays, right? So if you lost a mom, Mother's Day, can be one of those days. If Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, or Thanksgiving, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, or birthdays and stuff like that, those are some of the obvious ones that, may or may not bother folks, right? But again, you just don't know, right? You can kind of brace for feeling down on those days or those holidays or whatever you want to call it. Um, but you might wake up, man, and you might be in an awesome, awesome mood, right? Or you might wake up on those days and you could just be in the dumps. And I shared a story about years ago, how this one particular Mother's Day, I woke up and I was in a terrible, terrible mood. Um, I wasn't grouchy or anything like that. I don't get grouchy. I just kind of get down, kind of stay to myself, not saying much. And there's one particular Mother's Day, um, I just laid around all day and, you know, not even thinking like, okay, it is Mother's Day. My wife is a mother. Um, so it is a day to celebrate and honor her as well. Man, I just was out of it. And um, even to the point of like her gift, I didn't even like bring it upstairs. Like it was like still downstairs by the front door in the box and everything. And we kind of had a discussion about it, and we kind of got heated, right? Because on one end, I'm thinking like, man, you look, you know what today is, you know what happened to me, you know what I mean? Um, so you should understand. But from the flip side, from her point is like, look, I understand, but this is a day to celebrate me as well, and I want you to be a part of that celebration, which I understood, and it took a conversation for us to have to understand where we're coming from. So then we came up with this idea. She said, like, look, man, let's incorporate things for you, pertaining to your mom. So it's not like she's left out of it, or that you can still honor your mom. And then you know we can do what we do for me as well. So it was great that we had that conversation, and since then I've done better, right? But I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be 100% at every Mother's Day or even any holiday, right? Um, so like I said, I spoke about that on the previous episode. That was just an example that I gave. But it's just difficult because like I miss my mom. Bottom line, I miss my mom, and I know that my family, I know my sister misses my mom like crazy. I do a little more. I do a little better of you know keeping my emotions in check or hiding them at least um, than my sister does. You know what I mean? But people grieve differently. People handle these situations differently. But we miss our mother, right? And you sit around and you hear people talking about, oh man, I'm doing this for my mom on Mother's Day, or I'm taking my mom here, or I'm traveling to see my mom, or my mom is coming in town, and it weighs on you, right? And it's not on no shade thing. It's not jealousy. It's not any of that. I mean, maybe you, hey, you might want to call. Maybe it can be called a slight bit of jealousy, right? Just because, just jealous, not in a vindictive, you know, shady way. Just wanting to have the same moments that they still afforded to have with their mom, right? So it can be tough, you know what I mean? And it's to no fault of anybody, right? You just talking about your present life and what you have, and you're blessed to still have an opportunity to spend as much time as spend another Mother's Day with your mom, and that's awesome, you know. And I don't expect anybody that's around me that can or anybody that I run into that can talk about their plans with their mom to be like, oh, Mike's around, so let's not talk about that. Nah, not at all. It's not like that at all. But it just makes those of us who are in the same boat as me wish that we can plan a brunch for our mother, or wish that we can, plan a day on the grill for our mother, or plan, you know, an awesome gift for our mother. And we can. So it's just difficult, and it's just this is just me getting this off my chest. And again, like I said, it is now 1:26 uh a.m., and it's just been something that I wanted to it's been on my mind. So I said, hey, why not get on here and record a short episode um for the people, man, and just let them know and show some transparency and let them know how I'm feeling. um so I don't know, man. It's not it's something that you never get over, right? And even it goes away for a little bit, especially because holidays are kind of spread apart. But there's enough holidays, throughout the year that are constant reminders, right? So it's like, okay, Mother's Day is over, about to be over, right? And I don't have to worry about Mother's Day for another year, right? But then there's something else following, whether it's a birthday or holiday, Thanksgiving, or one of the things, whatever holiday you celebrate. It's just something close enough to follow to where it's just that constant reminder. Um, so, and I realized also, man, I don't really speak on my mom much on this show, right? I spoke on my dad. My dad passed away 2014 on my birthday. So I've done in the past an episode, um, kind of honoring him, and like I'm talking to him and just catching up. If you haven't seen that, go to Off the Record podcast on YouTube. There's a video, or you can search up the episode. It's still available on all your favorite streaming or podcast streaming platforms. But I haven't really done this and just really focused on my mom. So um, that's what I'm gonna do, man. So look, I want to show y'all a couple pictures, man, just because this is what helps me get through these moments, right? This is what helps me, you know, get through these down times. And because I'll be honest with you, man, I have been kind of in a mood since Friday, right? And just because I know what's coming, which is today, right? So, but looking at pictures and talking to my sister and you know just talking to different people, man, it just kind of gets me past and beyond those down in the dump times when I'm feeling that way. So for those watching, man, y'all are gonna see some pictures, and then those listening, I will try to describe them as best as I can. Right? Okay, so look, first I'm gonna start with my mom and dad. A picture of my mom and dad, man. Look, even in their older days, man, they was fly, man. This is when they, the two of them went on a cruise, and you know how you gotta be suited and booted for one day on the cruise because you take pictures and stuff like that. So this is a time that the two of them went on a cruise with each other. I hear that they had an awesome time, but my mom was the type, you know, as you can see the smile on her face. I'm beyond belief that I'm sure she had a awesome time, but my mom ain't like to be away from home too long, right? You get my mom away from home for a week, that last day or two, she ready to come home, right? She get it in the first 5 days or whatever. Day 6 and 7. Look, I look. We gotta let's go. We got to get back home. That's just how. That's just how my mom was, man. And you know, it's funny because it's not funny. It's not funny, but I think my siblings and I are part to blame for that with my mom because it just seemed like every time my parents went away on vacation, like something happened back home. Whether one of us got in trouble, something happened with the house. It was just too many of those scenarios, and that I guess that kind of put in my mom head, like, yeah, man, look, look, the shorter the time I'm away from home, the less likely something is to go wrong. That's just how she felt. So she uh she ain't play that. She ain't really like to be away from home long, but she did enjoy vacation. And here's another picture, man, of my mom and dad back in the day. I don't even think I was born here, but it's just to show y'all how fly my parents got, man. This was I don't even know where they are here, but we're a little younger whippersnappers here, probably out and about, cutting the rug. My parents love to dance, especially my mom, man. My mom could dance her ass off. Even my mom in her sickly days still cut a rug, right? So that's probably where they at somewhere in this. My sister or one of my cousins probably know better where they are in this. So Kim, if y'all watching or listening, help your boy out. Tell me where you think they were when he took this picture. And then look, man, this is one of my favorite pictures of my parents, right? Um, look, for those watching, just look at my mom's face, right? And then look what's in her hand and the cup. Um, my parents like my mom was a beer drinker. Both of my parents, my mom liked beer. And back in the day, man, my mom and them would drink Michelob, and that's the old Michelob bottle right there. Now I don't know if she was pouring the beer into the cup, or if the cup was a little something extra chasing there. And then my dad got the Kango hat on with the sweater fly. You know what I'm saying? Look at the velvet seat they in. Look at the rug. Now I believe this is the house that we grew up in, or that I grew up in, around Guilford Gardens. It's no longer Guilford Gardens, but I think that rug tells me that that's where they were here. And kind of like I am now, man, my parents love to host folks, right? My dad was the life of the party. Um, he was just that guy that kept everything going. But my mom also she was a social butterfly on the low, and it's kind of like me, man. I'm thinking more and more now. I'm telling this story that I probably get that side from my mom. Like I can be quiet, right? I can be, and my wife don't. My wife will tell you different. She don't think so, but I think I'm introverted, right? And I feel like now I feel like I can adjust and get by in any room with any crowd, right? But I have to fill the room out first. And so you might initially think, "Oh, that dude quiet," but then if I get a good vibe from you, man, we start rapping, and you'll be like, "Yo, this dude cool." And I think that's how my mom was in those settings. Now, Brown family and friends, it's no hold bar. That was our comfort zone, and it's the same for me. So now, look, man, look at y'all got me finding out some things about myself and got me thinking. Like, yeah, man, I probably get that from my mom. And then the next picture, man, is my mom, my grandmother, and my niece Tiara when she was a baby. And one thing about my mom is she loved her grandkids, loved them, and her grands loved her to death, right? And well, two things about this picture. One, my mom and her mom were very, very close, very, very close, and as well as her sister and my aunt Pat and their brother Junior. But my mom loved her grandkids. Now, you know, she loved them, right? Until they got on her nerves, of course. And then she would call my sister or my brother and say, "Man, y'all got to come get these kids. They got to go home again. They working my nerve." Or what she would say, plucking my nerves. They plucking my nerves. So, um, but my niece, to speak of my niece T, um, like, and how much they loved my mom. Like my mom bought my niece her very first cell phone as she got older into teenage years, and my niece still has that phone number, and she doesn't want to let it go because of the sentimental value it has to her, and you know that connection or that piece of something that my mom gave her. So she holds on to it, right? And luckily, my mom was around to meet my niece T and her siblings Peanut and Destiny and their cousin DeAndre and Demario. Um, they were around to meet the majority of their kids. Not my great nephew Hunt, my man Hunter, and Demario's daughter. They weren't around to meet, but um, they met a good amount of their great grands, right? But it's another part that is tough for me because my mom wasn't around to see me become a father or a husband, and no matter how many ways I try to spin that, no matter how many ways I think about it, it's still a gut punch. It's still a gut punch because I gotta look at my son every day, and I just think about, damn, those moments that he will miss out on, man, because you know 100% he would have loved his grandma just like his cousins do. So it's tough, but yeah, my mom loved him. Um, Quick story, I remember my nephew Peanut and probably all of my nephews, man. My mom was still like making them breakfast and making them pancakes and was still cutting their pancakes, man. When they were like old enough to be cutting their own damn pancakes. So yeah, I want them to know if they listen. I remember that shit. I hope y'all cutting your own pancakes by now. And then, man, look, here's me. I in my teenage years, and my mom, and now those watching, you can look at my mom's face, and you can look at me. Right, my mom ain't paying me no mind. Okay, now what you see transpiring here? Now let me explain to the people listening. My mom and I are sitting on the couch, right? My mom has a stone face. I'm like looking directly, sitting next to my mom, but kind of catacorned, uh, kind of facing my mom, kind of looking directly at her. And my mom is kind of turned like away from me in a sense, sitting on this couch and not even looking at me, right? But what's transpiring here is this is probably a Friday or a Saturday night. And I go to my dad first. This was the move. Hey, dad, can I go over Jason's house? Or can I go over such as can I go over Kelly's house? Or can I go to the mall? Can I go to the movies? Yada yada. Or even can one of them spend the night? And my dad would always hit me with, I don't care, but ask your mother. Right? He wouldn't my dad would never say, yeah, man, go ahead. It would always be, I don't care, but ask your mom. So what you see transpiring here is me sliding in, trying to sit close to my mom, and she already know what it is. She know why, because she know other than that, in the times like this, I'm sure we have family over, family and friends over. Um, times like this, man, I'm up in the room playing a game, right? I'm on the PlayStation or something, playing the game. So um, yeah. So she know that I'm down there sitting next to her for a reason. So she's icing me out right now as I'm saying, Ma, can I go over or can such and such stay tonight? And she iced me for a little bit, right? This was this is how it used to go. She would ice me for a little bit and eventually say, boy, I don't care, get out of my face. Oh, go ahead now. I don't care, go ahead. Or when they going home, or when you gonna be back. But it was you had to be very strategic in these moments with my mom. And then here, man, here's a picture of my mom and me as a kid, man. I was probably, I'd probably say 9, 10-ish, I guess, right here. This is when we went to Florida. Now, I might have been younger than this. I'm younger than that. I don't know. But I think we're in Florida because I remember that outfit. I could be wrong. My sister, correct me again if you watching or listening. For those listening, what you see is me looking goofy as hell, with my shirt tucked into my shorts or whatever I got going on. My mom, she fly, you know what I mean? Jordache jeans it look like with the tank, you know what I mean? With the handbag. And we are standing somewhere where there's palm trees, but we're indoors because there's a fountain there. So I think we may be in Florida here. Um and if we are, I almost lost my life in Florida. Yeah, man. Thank God my mom ain't play with no water, right? Ain't play with water at all. No pools, no lakes, no oceans, none of that. She ain't do that. So we're in Florida and I'm playing like I can swim, right? So the hotel we staying at, man, they got a pool. We go to the pool, we sitting out at the pool. My mom and dad sitting in the little lounge chairs. I just run and jump in the water like I'm Michael Phelps, like I'm a seasoned swimmer. And that was so far from the truth. And all I can remember is like me sinking to the bottom, pushing myself back up to the top. And as I come up out of the water, I can see my mom and dad looking at me. At first, I see smiles. Like I'm like, so this is why I'm thinking I'm gonna die because they think that I'm having a good time. Like they think that I'm having fun right now, but actually, I I'm just trying to survive. But then, luckily, my that motherly instinct, my mom recognized that that was not fun he's having, and she told my dad to jump his ass in there and get me. Now my dad jumped in the pool, all his clothes on, all his clothes on to get me out. Right now, that wasn't the end of going to the pool while we were in Florida. Right, we just went to the little gift shop. They bought me every little inflatable tube, the two that go around your arm, the one that go around your waist. Probably had one that go around my legs, all of that. They got me every possible inflatable tube they had, so that I can still get in the water. The good old days, man. The good old days. So look, that was just a quick trip down some memory lane, and um, you know, introduce you to my mom, my dad, and let you see just how beautiful my mom was, and um, you know, just how much I miss being able to reach her, you know, and being able to ask her questions, you know. But when going through my adult, yeah, I guess from 32 on, right, going through my serious time frame of dating, um, without being able to get advice, you know, my wife not getting to meet my mom, just miss it, you know, and those that still are afforded that opportunity and are blessed to still have your parents or your mom around. Speaking of mom, because of Mother's Day, cherish those moments. I know they can get on our nerves sometimes. They might, especially nowadays. I I could imagine the calls that me and my siblings would be getting with these new smartphones and the way TV works with streaming and internet, and I could just imagine the calls, and I see some of you guys posting it on social media, and I get a kick out of it because I remember my parents first getting hip to a DVD player and the calls that we would get for that. So I could just imagine. So I know, they can be a little pain in the behind, but they mean well. And coming from somebody who, you know, lost their mom, I give everything for those calls. Everything. And I would sit and I would gladly take those calls and answer every question on why my phone ain't ringing right, or why I can't barely hear you, or why the TV ain't working. I look, man. I give my left arm for those conversations again. So enjoy your Mother's Day. To all the mothers out there, to all the ones that will be spending it with your mom or your grandmothers, hug on them, love on them, you know, make it a lasting moment. Not to say make it like it's the last one or treat it like it's the last one, but just make it each moment that you can create with them, make it one that you will remember all the time. And then you make it to the next one. You want to erase that one, cool, but make that next one just as great, because you got people like me, you got people like my sister, my siblings, got people like a couple of you guys, a couple of YouTubers, a couple of watchers, listeners who are in the same boat as me. We can't do that. And we got to think back as the years go by. We got to think back to the last one that we can remember and how that was. So you got to do like I just did and look through pictures and hope that that jogs your memory or brings you joy while you got the opportunity to see him and hug him physically. So if you're listening, you taking any bit of advice from me, do that. Do that. I got a coworker right now who is dealing with his own situation with his mom, who has fell ill. Um, and it's Mother's Day. You don't want to see, your parents going through anything, especially on holidays like this. So prayers up to him, his mother, um, and anybody else dealing with these situations, man. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. And as I've done in the past to friends, family, co-workers, anybody that's heard my story, um, man, you need to talk about it. I'm here. That's right, man. A lot of people tend to talk to me doing situations like that, or when they are fresh into losing a mom or a loved one. Um, they come to me and ask and lean on me for advice and how I handled such a rough year like I did, losing my mom, my father first, and then my mom in the same year. So I'm here. I'm here for y'all. If you need it. So yeah, man, cherish those moments, man. Love on your loved ones, love on your mom and dad, especially. But on Mother's Day, love on your mamas and your grandmamas and your aunties and Big Mama and all of them. Do that. Do that. Um, but let me end by saying, man, salute to all the mothers out there. Mother's Day is your day. I hope it's a great one for you. I hope you get everything you want. I hope the kids did a little more than just, you know, making you a half colored picture or card at school. Even though that's great, man. It's great. But, you might want a little more than that. Keep it real. Keep it a buck. Want a little more than that. But anyway, y'all, look, I said I'm not going to be here long. I'm rambling right now because these are moments like this. Now it's 1:51 in the morning where I just get on here and I kind of just come from the heart. It's not scripted. So I can ramble a little bit. But I just enjoy talking to y'all. And I enjoy y'all giving me this platform to open up when I'm feeling like this, especially, right? At almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, man, I appreciate y'all so much. Um, look, man, follow your boy on social medias, man. I'm OTR_Mike on Twitter and TikTok, and I'm OTR Mike underscore on Instagram. If you aren't subscribed to the show, please subscribe. Man, I'm on the road to 500. I got a little ways to go, but I know y'all gonna help me with that. So go over there and subscribe. I appreciate you in advance. For all my audio listeners, the show is available on all your favorite podcast streaming platforms. Go over there, listen to it, give your boy a 5-star rating. I appreciate you in advance. And as I said before, if you want to join the Patreon and support the show, man, and get some of this merch, it is www.patreon.com/OTR Mike. Go on there, check out the tiers, man. And let me send you something. Let me send you something. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I send my patrons because it's a surprise. I mean, you can see the merch and stuff, whatever. But there's something else that comes in that package that I send out to people, and I'll let them announce that if they want to promote it or push it out there on social media. But join the Patreon and see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, good people. That's it, man. Appreciate y'all. I will holler at you next week. I'm out. Peace.